Let's understand the Mobius ring box and rate it for different styles of play. Open the Mobius ring box to get the Mobius ring, an accessory. Wear the Mobius ring to access a new non-combat and monster. The non-combat has a chance to show up starting 4 adventures after the first combat where you wear the ring, and an increasing number of adventures thereafter, 7 adventures, 13 adventures, and so on. The non-combat gives you a chance to change your past, affecting your present. Many of the 23 choices are references to common time travel tropes, such as meeting your parents. Choosing to change your past increases paradoxicity, which changes the enchantment on the Mobius ring. Once you've chosen to change something, such as meeting your parents, you will have an option to fix the timeline the next time you encounter the non-combat. Fixing the timeline reduces paradoxicity, changes the Mobius ring enchantment again, and restores the original choice, such as meet your parents. The Mobius ring always has 5 enchantments determined by the current paradoxicity. The order of enchantments is to add 25 to maximum hit points, 25 to maximum mana points, 10 to muscle, 10 to mysticality, 10 to moxie, 15 to weapon damage, so-so hot resistance, +2, 100% gear drops from monsters, damage reduction matching current paradoxicity, 50 combat initiative, 5 pounds of familiar weight, so-so cold resistance, +2, 100% food drops from monsters, 25 spell damage, so-so stench resistance, +2, 50% booze drops from monsters, 25% meat from monsters, 100% item drops from monsters, 15 ranged damage, so-so spooky resistance, 100% candy drops from monsters, 2 familiar experience per combat, 4 stats per fight, so-so sleeves resistance, +2, 25% pickpocket chance, 50% maximum hit points, 50% maximum mana points, and 25% muscle. The Mobius ring starts out with an enchantment of adding 25 each to maximum hit and mana points and 10 each to muscle, mysticality, and moxie. At the maximum of 23 paradoxicity, the Mobius ring enchantments will add 50% each to maximum hit and mana points, 25% pickpocket chance, so-so sleeves resistance, and 25% muscle. Enchantments become more powerful as paradoxicity increases, though there are great options at lower paradoxicity as well. You'll want to balance the more powerful enchantments at higher paradoxicity with paradoxicity's other effect, attracting the time cop wandering monster. The first 11 time cop encounters each day are free combats, but afterwards fighting a time cop uses an adventure. Time cops are encountered less often when paradoxicity is 0, but when paradoxicity is maxed out to 23, 1/3 of all monster encounters in zones that allow wandering monsters will be time cops. Even a relatively low paradoxicity of 8 or 9 can cause more than 11 time cops to appear in a day, so choose your changes to the timeline carefully. You may choose to unequip the Mobius ring so as to save both the non-combats and time cops until you need them. Time cops have a 1% chance to drop the Time Cop hat, which is power 100, requires a minimum of 35 moxie to equip, and adds 1% combat initiative and 5 adventures if worn at rollover. Time Cop hats have the option to time pose in inventory, which uses up 1 Time Cop hat to add 1% initiative to the hat's enchantment. You can time pose up to 49 Time Cop hats to raise the combat initiative enchantment to 50% in your current ascension, and ever after for your account. While the chance of a Time Cop hat dropping is small, the additional combat initiative and rollover adventures may be very useful in a hardcore ascension. Let's dive into affecting the timeline, both changing and fixing it. While options to change the timeline are presented in a random order every time you encounter the non-combat, options to fix the timeline are always shown at the top. Borrow a cup of sugar from yourself to get the size 1 good quality food cup of sugar that gives 10 adventures of the wishable effect Sugar Rush when eaten. The Sugar Rush effect is easily obtained from candy, while the good quality means less adventure gain than higher quality food. Return the sugar you borrowed to get 50 adventures of the effect Sugar Debt for negative 100% candy drops from monsters. Currently, there is no benefit in the game to preventing candy from dropping, so this is not a good choice unless there's no other way to reduce paradoxicity. You can remove the Sugar Debt effect with the soft green Echo Eyedrop antidote. Take the long odds on the trifecta to gain 5,000 meat and 100 adventures of the unremovable effect Marked by the Dawn. Marked by the Dawn causes penguins to randomly take 10% of your hit points at the end of normal combat. Non-combats are unaffected. Penguins can take your hit points in sequential combats or wait up to 15 adventures between attacks. Fix the race and also fix the race to lose the effect marked by the dawn if you still have it, and gain 100 adventures of the effect favored by the dawn. Favored by the dawn causes penguins to give you between 30 and 40 meat after every combat. This is a great effect to have active during free combats to make a little extra meat without using any adventures of the effect. Play Schrodinger's prank on yourself to get 20 adventures of the wishable effect Schrodinger's Anticipation. Schrodinger's Anticipation gives a different predictable beneficial enchantment every adventure from a menu of 37 possible enchantments. Several of the enchantments are powerful, such as 100% spell damage, though they may be difficult to both get and use when wanted. Check your pocket to get 20 adventures of the wishable effect Neither Alive Nor Dead, which adds 20 to maximum hit points, 10 muscle, and 10% muscle. Neither Alive Nor Dead is a small enough effect that you may want to change the timeline only and not fix it to increase your overall paradoxicity. Go for a Nature Walk heals some hit points and gives you 30 adventures of the wishable effect Stricken by Lightning to regenerate between 6 and 12 mana points per adventure. The Nature Walk may be a good option in Avatar Special Challenge Paths or other times you have trouble healing your hit or mana points. Go back in time and kill a butterfly to get 30 adventures of the wishable effect Hint of Bacon to heal between 10 and 20 hit points per adventure. Healing hit points may also be useful in Avatar Special Challenge Paths. Stop your arch-nemesis as a baby to get the potion Life Goals pamphlet, which can be used to get 25 adventures of the wishable effect Life Goals to make monsters less attracted to you. Go back and make the Naughty Sorceress naughty again to get the untradeable melting accessory Bully Badge, which can be worn to make monsters more attracted to you. These two choices may be helpful in Avatar Special Challenge Paths without access to your usual skills to increase and decrease monster encounters. Peek in on your future to get 20 adventures of the wishable effect Four-Armed for an extra 100% weapon drops for monsters. Make yourself forget to get 3 adventures of the effect Beaten Up and silently get 3 casts of the 0 mana point cost combat skill Try to Remember, which can be cast to make a monster appear more often in its native zone. Try to Remember is useful if you don't yet have the skill Transcendent Olfaction, and in Avatar Special Challenge Paths, though you'll need a way to heal from being beaten up. Meet your parents when they were young to get 200 adventures of the wishable effect Your Own Parents to lose 15 moxie and 50% combat initiative. Fix your parents' relationship to get 50 adventures of the unwishable effect Met Cute to add 20 moxie and 5 pounds of familiar weight. While the initial effect may make some quest progressions more difficult due to low combat initiative, 50 adventures of 5 pounds of familiar weight may be worth the trade-off depending on your circumstances. Lift yourself up by your bootstraps to get muscle substats. This may be a good choice for gaining character experience when the Mr. Store Sept Ember sensor rotates out of standard. Let yourself get lifted up by your bootstraps to get 100 adventures of the wishable effect Lifted by Your Bootstraps to add 5 familiar experience per combat. Lifted by Your Bootstraps is the 3rd best familiar experience effect in the game. It's a great effect to have active when piling experience onto your Emberiza Aureola or Mr. Store Cooler Yeti. Shoot yourself in the foot to get Moxie substats. This may be a good choice for gaining character experience when the Mr. Store Sept Ember sensor rotates out of standard. Get Shot in the foot to get 30 adventures of the wishable effect Trailing Blood to reduce your maximum hit points by 10 and make monsters more attracted to you. Timing this effect for when it's needed in a quest could be tricky, so you may choose not to fix the timeline and instead keep the increased paradoxicity. Plant some seeds in the distant past to get 30 adventures of the wishable effect Raised on Fresh Air to add 30 to maximum hit points and 15 to muscle. Both the benefit and duration of the effect are small, but may be useful to take on more powerful monsters early in an ascension. Chop down some trees to get 1 cherry and 3 planks suitable to help build a bridge over the Orc Chasm. Planks on their own are less useful without fasteners, but may help complete part of the quest. Make friends with a famous poet to get 1,000 adventures of the unwishable effect Just the Best Anapests to turn all combat text into Dr. Seuss-style rhymes. Thankfully, the effect can be shrugged off once the novelty is done. Make enemies with a famous poet to lose any remaining adventures of Just the Best Anapests and gain Fancy Old Wine, size 3 awesome quality booze. Fancy Old Wine is likely not the best choice unless you don't have access to cocktail crafting skills. Steal a club from the past to get a random club, likely chosen from a list of clubs that are widely available at a cheap price in the mall. Steal a club may be useful in a hardcore seal club or ascension for a chance at a higher powered club. Prevent the deadly seal invasion to lose 50 hit points and gain 500 meat. Borrow meat from your future or take the long odds on the trifecta are both better choices for giving more meat to change the timeline instead of this follow-up timeline fix. Go back and take a 20-year-long nap gives 30 adventures of the wishable effect older than you look to add 30 to maximum mana points and 15 to mysticality. Both the benefit and duration of the effect are small, but may be useful to take on more powerful monsters early in an ascension. Go back and set an alarm to get the new usable item, Clock. Similar to class chocolates, the first clock used in a day gives 3 adventures, the second gives 2 adventures. You are not able to use further clocks in a day. It may be worthwhile to store up clocks after defeating the Naughty Sorceress to have extra adventures ready for world events or busy adventuring days. Mind your own business to get mysticality substats. This may be a good choice for gaining character experience when the Mr. Store September sensor rotates out of standard. Sit and write in your journal to get 40 adventures of the wishable effect, Paranoia, to increase combat initiative by 50% and decrease maximum mana points by 10. Sit and write in your journal may be a good choice if you're having trouble with combat initiative tests during an ascension. Go back and write a bestseller to get 30 adventures of the wishable effect, Famous, for an additional 25 moxie. Both the benefit and duration of the effect are small, but may be useful to take on more powerful monsters early in an ascension. Replace your novel with AI drivel to get 100 adventures of the unwishable effect, Carefree, which gives 5 free rests while the effect is active. This is an excellent choice for owners of the Mr. Store Cinco de Mayo to get more casts of its skills, or for Avatar Pass where it can be difficult to heal when beaten up. Draw a goatee on yourself to get 30 adventures of the wishable effect, Merry Prankster, for an additional 5 stats per fight. Merry Prankster can help you level up faster early in an ascension. Succumb to Evil to get 30 adventures of the wishable effect, Evil, to add 30 monster level. The additional monster level can help you gain character levels faster, though at the risk of being defeated by stronger monsters. Steal a cupcake from young Susie to get the size 1 epic quality food, Susie's Cupcake. The cupcake may be a good choice if you don't need other options to progress quests and need an improved diet. Bake Susie a cupcake to get 30 adventures of the wishable effect, Good Feelings, to add 10% to stat gains. Good Feelings may be a useful effect to have active when piling on character experience, such as while trying to reach the maximum character level of 256. Hey, Free Gun gives you a new quest item called The Gun, a one-handed pistol ranged weapon that does between 10 and 20 damage. The gun adds 50 weapon damage, 50 sleaze damage, and reduces muscle, mysticality, and moxie by 25 each. The extra sleaze damage makes it an excellent choice for the Zeppelin Protester bench warrant non-combat. Sell the gun to lose the weapon and gain 2,546 meat, which may be a good choice if you need meat and no longer need the gun. Defend yourself to get 30 adventures of the wishable effect, Paranoia, less than the 40 adventures from the option to fix the timeline with Sit and Write in your journal. Assassinate yourself to lose hit points and gain mysticality substats. The option to change the timeline with Mind Your Own Business grants mysticality substats without costing hit points. Defend yourself and assassinate yourself are likely not the best choices. Borrow meat from your future to get 1,000 meat. This can be a great start to your nest egg at the beginning of an ascension. Repay yourself in the past to lose 10 meat and gain 50 adventures of the wishable effect, Gaining Interest, for an additional 30% meat from monsters. While not as powerful as other effects, Gaining Interest may help complete the Nun's side quest on the mysterious island. Give your past self investment tips to get the new untradeable usable item Stock Certificate. The stock certificate gives you more meat the longer you hold on to it, up to the maximum of 5,000 meat after 500 adventures. If you have multiple stock certificates, each one tracks its own maturity and payout. The delayed payout makes the stock certificate less useful during an ascension, but it is a good choice for future meat if you don't need other options. Steal from your future self to receive 1 random awesome quality food and 1 random awesome quality booze. While fun, there's no guarantee that the food and booze you receive will be usable, such as receiving the sausage without a cause from the old community service special challenge path in a standard path. Cheeze it, it's the pigs! To get 100 adventures of the unwishable effect Very Old to reduce muscle by 30 and maximum hit points by 15. You can remove the effect with the soft green Echo Eyedrop antidote. Very Old may be useful in niche situations where you need to reduce your stats, but there are many better options outside of hardcore restrictions. Aiding and Abetterment gives 100 adventures of the wishable effect scot-free for an additional 10% combat initiative. While the duration is long, the benefit is small enough that it likely doesn't make sense to choose either of these options. Plant some trees and harvest them in the future to get 5 random fruit, useful for cocktail crafting. The pool of potential fruit includes many low-quality options, but also the epic quality unidentifiable dried fruit from the time-twitching tower. Teach hippies to make jams and jellies to get 2 mixed berry jelly, a size 1 spleen consumable that forces the next monster you defeat to drop all their items. Pair the mixed berry jelly with the parachute cape or Mr. Store Peridot of Peril to get exactly the items you need exactly when you need them. Mixed berry jelly is very useful under standard restrictions since there are few competing uses for spleen. So how does the Mobius ring box measure up? The overwhelming number of options and trade-offs of paradoxicity makes the Mobius ring difficult to use optimally. Casual players can leverage Coal Mafia or just stick to their favorite choices. I rate the Mobius ring box 2 out of 5 stars for quality of life. Free adventures, free rests, and powerful enchantments can all be leveraged by meat and item farmers, though they require setup time and careful juggling. I rate the Mobius ring 3 out of 5 stars for farming. The Mobius ring helps with several PvP minigames, such as Innuendo Master for sleaze damage and Familiar Show for heaviest familiar. I rate it 2 out of 5 stars for PvP. The Mobius ring offers many opportunities to save adventures on even the speediest runs, such as forcing item drops with mixed berry jelly or encountering more monsters with the skill Try to Remember. I rate the Mobius ring 4 out of 5 stars for speedruns. I hope this helps you decide if you should pick one up.